What's up, YouTube? How is everyone? I hope good. I am here today with a video on black magic versus white magic. A lot of people don't know the difference between black magic and white magic. They assume that all witches are bad and we all put bad spells on people and we put love spells and we do hexes if you do us wrong and all that good stuff. Some people might be that way, but I'm not. I'm a white witch. I am able to do black magic. I have it done to me quite often, and I don't appreciate it. So if you're watching my channel and you do it to me, fucking stop, because I know who you are, and I'm sending that shit right back to you. So, but I'm doing it times 10. But I want to just let you kind of give you some information on it. Let you kind of know what exactly which is which, and just so you know. So let's start off. What is black magic? It is traditionally referred to the use of supernatural powers or magic for evil and selfish purposes. Black magic is the malicious left-hand counterpart of the white magic. In modern times, some found that the definition of black magic has been cultivated by people who define magic or ritual practices that they disapprove of as black magic. What is white magic? Traditionally referred to the use of supernatural powers or magic for selfless purposes. People that practice white magic have been given titles such as wise men or women, healers, white witches, or wizards. These people claim to have the ability to do things through their heritage, like their lines, their generations, or by some event later in their lives, or by some practice through healing, blessings, charms, prayers, and songs. White witches are the right hand, and it is also referred to by the name natural magic. From the start, all magic was rejected by Rome, and when it entered Europe, entered in on a very negative note. Sorry, I can't read my own writing. But in the 13th century, the Renaissance helped the people see magic in a new, better light. What is Renaissance? It is the rebirth or a revival. During this time, the people started to see that humans and the supernatural actually made life a lot stronger. While magic was always, white magic has always been known to be used for good and only good, and the people, once they learned, more about it, like I'm trying to teach some of you, no longer feared it, and they looked at it with more, in a more positive way. Black magic versus white magic, it should be destroyed forever. Mostly the fear that the people who claimed to only use white magic were lying and were positive that they were doing both only because they were capable of doing both. They just assumed that even though, like, I have the ability to do black and white magic both, people will assume that I do both. I hear so many stupid things, like guys saying, I don't know why I'm so attracted to her. I know why, because she's a witch and she put a spell on you. No, I'm not that desperate, trust me. I would never do that to anybody, because it just isn't right. And I would never do a love spell for anybody else. But I don't believe this, I said, as white witches, and don't believe in people like me. We don't believe in doing black magic, like I was just explaining. I don't believe in it because I know that whatever I put out comes back to me, and people say times 3, but I believe it's times 10. I know that my family and my own mother would use black magic to do things to other people. I wasn't aware of this the whole time she was alive. I learned this after the fact. She would use it against me personally, so I do know how it feels. A good way to protect yourself, I carry around black tourmaline or tourmaline or however you want to say it. Matter of fact, I got it in my pocket right now. And when I don't, I can really feel the effects. This is what it looks like. And it doesn't have to be this big. But this is like the best thing to protect you against negativity, against spells, all that good stuff. And of course, the belief that you can protect yourself. And because in the world that we live in today, I'll tell you there's probably 80% of people that either pay somebody to put black magic on you or are stupid enough to actually do it when they don't know what the hell they're doing, because everybody thinks that they have all these magical gifts or they can learn them through a book, and everybody's psychic and everybody are witches and whatever. I mean, that's what people think. I have people ask me if I could teach them how to do this and teach them how to do that, and I'm like, no. I am a teacher. That is one of my life purposes here on earth, but not to teach somebody to be a psychic. I don't believe that's something that is taught to you. You're either one or you're not. And you can go to school to be a tarot reader, whatever you want, whatever turns you on. And don't get me wrong, because there's a lot of people that have done that, and they are wonderful tarot readers. But they already knew, most of them already knew that they had the gift to do it. Anybody could read tarot, sure. But you don't know how to protect yourself. You need to read about how it actually works and what you need to do, because these people are the ones that open up portals and leave them open. They're the ones that are bringing these evil things into this world that are taking over our world, if you know it or not. So you don't mess around with stuff like this unless you are gifted and know what you're doing. Because I don't have to sit and cleanse my cards and do all this stuff. I don't have to sit and, call the higher above down to protect me while I read my cards. Most tarot readers do. I don't, because I'm protected from the divine 1,000%, and I believe in it, and I know it. I can feel it. It is scary to know that, regular Joe Blows have access to, the supernatural world, because people are so evil and so greedy and, everything else so violent and angry that this is what is going on. This is why our world is turning out the way it is. That's what we all need to understand. People that don't believe in the supernatural, they're obviously not watching me today. If they are, then you really need to pull your head out of your ass, because it is going on. And if you don't believe it, then that's, I guess, your choice. But there are people like me that God sends to serve many purposes on this earth. We all are sent here to serve a purpose, but there's light workers, there's shamans, and and starseeds, and so many different people and angels that are down here that look just like us. We're here for a purpose. We're here to help people. We're here to teach them, and not teach them how to be a psychic. I had to learn on my own. I was gifted when I was a child. I repressed a lot of it until after I had about 5 or 6 traumatic things, go on in my life, but I almost died. And so that really kicked it in. Nobody taught me. I'm still learning. I'm going to learn till the day I die. You just have it or you don't. I can teach you how to read tarot cards. Sure. But people don't realize, who do you think is running the tarot cards there? You're not. You're not the one that's picking the tarot cards. They're putting them in place for you to be able to get them. So, and when I say they are, you better know what they are that are doing it for you. So, I don't mean to come across rude or just, it just is kind of aggravating, because I don't know where people are coming from. They say everybody has psychic abilities, and I personally do not believe that. I don't believe that the higher above is going to hand it to somebody that can't handle it, because it's a lot to, that you go through. Your journeys are extensive. Like me, I had to learn about evil, and I was shown what evil was, because evil was lurking around me. I was raised by evil, and I didn't even see it. So I was shown evil, and that was by taking me down to the deep darks of hell, and me having to live among these creatures that are not very nice. So, and now, before I thought the drugs I did in my life, the drinking, the sex, whatever it was, I thought to myself, the devil's here to get my soul. The devil is going to take my soul because I was such a bad person. Well, that was far from what was going on, but when you don't know what is going on, your mind kind of goes into left field, and that's where mine was. I thought, I read the whole Bible. I've never read the Bible in my life. I read the whole Bible. I would sit there when I was watching all this stuff and all these things touching me, and it was just really freaky. I would play this like gospel music, and none of it did any good. I mean, I have to say that people, you're going to experience it. God isn't going to help you because he's the one that's bringing them to you. There's just a lot to learn. But the thing is if you're not protected at all, what do you think these deep, dark entities and demons and the devil are going to do to you? What do you think is going to happen when you're wanting to learn how to do tarot cards and know nothing about it, nor really have the ability to do it, nor should you? Because if you were supposed to, then you would just know how to do it. That's my perspective. I might sound really harsh, but I'm just trying to warn you, because this life that on this side is a lot different than what people imagine. It isn't like you see on TV, the Long Beach medium, which she's wonderful, or whatever the name of that is. I know that isn't right. She's awesome, but they don't portray all the other shit that you go through to be what we are, to be able to tell you about your life or give you messages for loved ones, or to see what is going on, in the future or now or in the past, and to be a medium to communicate with spirits and demons and all walks of life in a different dimension and astral travel, and there's just so much that people don't understand. But then you bring magic, you bring witches into it, you bring the Wicca type community and pagans and all that stuff into all of this, and it's a completely different. It's two coming together, two powerful things coming together that either explodes or comes together and it forms a beautiful flower. That's the way I look at it. It can be bad, it can be good. I personally live in the dark and I live in the light. What do I prefer? The light. But I do things that keep me in the dark because I'm not perfect. I'm not going to ever be perfect. I'm not an angel that comes down and just saves the world. And I'm here to teach people. I'm here to be who I am and to experience all the hardships I've experienced. I'm here to learn about my heritage, because my family goes back, generation after generation after generation. You could read about my family of witches, which I never even knew. My family never told me because I'm so powerful, they never wanted me to know. And then, and as far as the psychics, that all my family in my family is psychic also. We all have the gift. They were awakened a long time ago. I wasn't. I repressed it because when I was a kid, they were so strong that my dad would discipline me. And so I learned to repress it because I didn't want to get in trouble. So I am a little bit far behind, but everybody that knows me and really knows how my supernatural powers work, I guess is what you'd say, what my abilities are as a witch and as a shaman and whatever else I am, they were glad, because I would have been kicking this world's ass a long time ago. I would have been stopping what was going on right in front of my eyes and what people were doing to me a long time ago. And see, they didn't want that, so they used black magic on me. There's a grave spell that my own mother used on me, which is a spell that literally to have you die. And that's, when I went through all that stuff, when I was in the hospital for my appendix rupturing, that's exactly what it was. That spell worked, but the higher above, obviously, made sure I didn't die. Thank God. And my strength and my willpower to fight whatever comes at me seems to be strong because I make it through it. And so, But that's that's a pretty hard kick in the stomach to know that your own mother would want you dead. But I don't know. There's a lot to this, and it's crazy, and I don't even understand it. But I know what Spirit tells me. I know what they show me. Do I believe them over anyone else? Yes. When I tell them what I see, they can tell me, no, that's not me. No, no, no way. No, no, no. You got it wrong. And I'm like, oh, maybe I do. But in my mind, I'm like, no, I don't. Because Spirit isn't going to show me something that isn't true. It isn't going to show me you doing something to me or somebody else that isn't true. I'm past that kind of stage of my abilities. And so I always find it funny because people lie to me constantly. They try to deceive me, and I'm like, you would think I was psychic or something. That's what I always say. Because, I know the fucking truth. I know what you're doing. But I just sit back and kind of just chill, watch, observe, and then just, eventually I'm just like, you're done. Get out of my house. Get out of my life. Stay away from me. If you don't, then I will tower your ass. And so they usually stay gone. But in the meanwhile, they're sending, psychic attacks, the evil eye. They're trying to send black magic to me. They're trying to gossip about me all over town to ruin my reputation, to ruin, whatever they can do to me to harm me, they're doing it. But they don't realize that if I'm not catching on to it, the Spirit and all my angels and all my ancestors are blocking that shit. And if I do catch on to it, then what I do is I reflect it off of me and send it directly back to you. So eventually it will reflect off of me, hit you, but I do it like times 10 or times 20 instead of saying, times 3. No, I ask them to do it times 10, times 20. That means that typically that will hit somebody. And like me, when they do that to me, I'm able to dig my way out of the fucking gutter they leave me in. But they're not. They can't even peek out of that gutter because it's amazing what you can do when you have supernatural powers, like everybody says, when you're a witch, when you're a psychic, and when you are literally protected and guided straight from God himself. So for those that don't know that about me, you do now. So maybe think twice before you want to fuck with me. Just saying. Okay, so let's move on. They don't believe that white witches and do not believe in using magic to harm. White witches do not believe in using magic to harm other people. We do not. We believe in doing protection spells. We do health spells. We do stuff that helps people, not hurts them. We will, like I said, put a protection shield around us because people throw shade at us. People throw all their shit and all their harm towards us. Well, we got to protect ourselves because we're human. So it does affect us. So once we put that shield up, which if you research it, anybody can put a protective shield around themselves, which I recommend that you do daily. Do it every morning. Meditate, protection shield. Ground yourself. Ground yourself by going outside, taking your shoes off, connecting with the earth, walking in the grass, just, really connecting to the earth. Close your eyes, picture roots from the earth coming out of the earth and wrapping around your legs and just grounding you to the earth. Do that daily too, I recommend. They say at least once a week. What kinds of spells do white witches perform? Protection spells, healing spells, smart spells, lucky spells, memory spells, calming spells, just to mention a few. What spells are used in black magic? Karma spells, hear people's thoughts, love spells, breakup spells, lose job spells, make someone's life fall apart completely, death, demons, even the devil to haunt you, illness, possessions, curses, hexes, to gain success, connect to the devil. This is all work of the devil. When you start doing this, you might as well just say goodbye to the higher above because you're selling your soul to the devil. You are working under the devil. So, and that's what a lot of this world and what's wrong with people, because we're at war with the devil and the devil is winning because people are so greedy and so fucking mean and want to hurt people so bad because they're jealous of them or because they didn't date them or they cheated on them or, she's prettier than I am or she has a nicer car or bigger house. Oh, poor me. To get all that stuff, fucking work for it. If the guy that you like doesn't like you, move on. There's another one. Don't destroy somebody else's life because of it. It's sad, it's sickening, and it shows what kind of person you are. And just because you go to church on Sunday doesn't mean a fucking thing. Because you're doing this shit, you're working for the devil. And to me, I'll probably lose a lot of subscribers, but religion, period, is the work of the devil. We don't have to go anywhere to worship the higher above. We can be taking a shit, sorry God, it's just an example, and be praying to him at the same time. I don't recommend it, but you can. I've done it before because my life is so busy and so chaotic. I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It was no disrespect to him. He knows. I mean, to me, he knows. He's like, well, at least she prays to me. Most people don't even pray to me anymore. They're praying to the devil. They don't realize it. They think that, because they talk about God and Jesus at at church or wherever they go, that oh no, we're religious. Oh, we are perfect. We don't do fucking a thing wrong. But, we go out and drink every night and we go, whatever people do, whatever. And I'm not saying that makes you a bad person, but don't sit and judge anybody else like people judge, like, say me. When I'm not afraid to admit what I do. I want to go get fucked up. I'm going to get fucked up. I don't sit and weigh the options. Oh, who's going to find out? Oh, they're going to talk about me over here. Oh, God's going to be upset. No, I'm like, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get fucked up. I want to drink. I want to party. I want to dance. And I am thinking about me. That's the way we're supposed to live life. I don't worry about, oh, well, if I do that, then I'm going to have to repent my sins on Sunday and pray to God that he forgives me. No, I don't do that. No. And I don't live people are like, how can she be so spiritual and have so many, gifts and she's the way she is? You know why? Because I'm fucking real. And I do everything with pure love, unconditional love out of my heart. I would do anything and everything for anyone, any walks of life. Doesn't matter if they're rich, poor, they're devil worshipers, they're Catholics or anything. I don't give a shit. Everybody is equal to me, and my heart goes out to each and every person in this world. Even if they've done me wrong, I'd still probably help them. And a lot of people have done me wrong, let me tell you. Anyways, things that are used in black magic spells: corpses, hand of a human or a hanged man, grist bags, I don't know what that is, burial shroud, Dave's blood, voodoo dolls, human hair, graveyard dust, bones, dried bat parts, urine. Things used in white magic spells: houseplants, candles, crystals and stones, matchsticks, salt, eggs, herbs, bells, feathers, perfume, lemons, leaves, brooms, moon, blue salt, oils, pendulums, animals, spirit animals, not dead, fire, sage, rose petals, mirrors. Black magic is used typically when someone is really pissed off at you or at another person and is seeking revenge. One thing we should all know is that we're never supposed to seek revenge. That is one of the biggest sins, if you believe in sins, that you can ever do. Let alone, that's just not right. It's not human. It's not acceptable. Why would you seek revenge? Even if somebody did something horribly to you, horribly, like say they take your home and they leave you homeless with your daughter sitting on the side of the road. And that's another reason why I am who I am and why but I've had this a long time. People just didn't know it. But I didn't seek revenge against anybody. Only thing I've ever done with what situations I've been in my life is I've never shut my mouth. I've never gave up. I've never stopped talking about it. No matter if people thought I was crazy, no matter what people were, what lies were being spread about me, I never ever shut up. Because I know what's right. I know who I am. I know I'm not crazy. I know what was done to me, and I know it wasn't right. I could have, went over and burned down their fucking house. I could have went and destroyed every brand new car that they bought with my money. I could have spread all these rumors about them, but I don't. You know why? For one thing, that's not the right thing to do, and that's not who I am. And to be honest, I wouldn't do that. Definitely not now, because having it done to me has really changed my whole entire life. It's changed my daughter's life and the way people perceive me. Really don't have any friends. I mean, I do, but not really. I mean, none that I really hang out with. Nobody calls me. Nobody texts me. Nobody says, hey, what are you doing for the weekend? Do you want to go to the lake? No. I spend probably 90% of my life alone, which I'm able to. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I can be my own best friend. I can, find things to do and have fun. I go camping. I go hiking. I go fishing. I go to the movies. I go out to eat by myself. And you know what? I rather enjoy it. So that's the difference between me and a lot of people too. Sometimes you just have to accept the way people perceive you, accept that they're ignorant to the fact that they've known me my whole life. Yeah, I might have been a partier. Sure. Yeah. I used to be wild. I mean, and I used to be fucking mean. If you pissed me off when I was drinking, I was ready to fight. And I did fight. Was I right? Hell no. Do I do it now? No. But supposedly I still do it because that's still the rumor. But do I care? No. I don't care what people think of me anymore. Because God himself has shown me love. God himself has shown me who I am. And my heart, my mind, and my soul know who I am. And I know that I would never harm anybody. I would never do somebody wrong. And I'm not going to spread a bunch of rumors about somebody that aren't true, because it's not right. And it hurts like hell when people do it to you. Back to my thing. Is seeking revenge. And at times, it is also, they're actually wanting you killed. They want to kill you through black magic or, any other means. Protect yourself from these people. To do this, and let me tell you, more and more people are turning to this type of thing, which is scary as hell. It scares me that when I think of some people that I know personally that are using black magic and thinking of, they're going out and doing what they're doing, and then they're coming home and performing the shit in their bedrooms with the proper stuff. They research it. That's the sad thing about the internet, because we can research anything. But they don't know what they're doing to somebody. Are they that desperate to hurt somebody that they're going to destroy their life? That they're going to kill people in their lives? That they're going to make this person lose everything they've worked for? Lose their family? Lose their friends? Cloud the judgment of the people around them? Make them homeless? Take their money away just so they can be high and mighty? Oh, I'm better than them because now they're in the gutter, but I'm still up here. No, honey, you're not up here, because you're about ready to be way past that person that you just did that to. And the thing is when you do that, you'll never dig your way out. There's no coming back, because you chose to hurt that person. You chose to take that from them. You chose to take their husband or their job or their reputation. You chose it. It might not happen to you right away, but it gradually will. It slowly starts to do it until one day you wake up and you're laying in the fucking gutter and you're like, oh my God, I have nothing. I have nobody around me, no friends, nothing. What happened to me was out of pure greed. Sure, I had some lessons to learn, but it wasn't because I ever did anything like that to somebody. It's because of the people that did it to me were jealous. It's because of the people that did it to me were afraid of me, because they knew how much power I had. They were afraid and they knew if one day I would wake up and I would see what they were doing wrong, what illegal shit they were doing wrong, how they were hurting other people, how they were hurting me, how they've hurt me since I was a child, and many of you too. And I know a lot of you know that, because I know that you're just waiting for me to finally speak out about it all. And I just know. I just know a lot. Anyways, they will pay people to perform black magic to curse you, so that you are punished if you reject them, or if you get into an argument, or break up with them, or even if they are jealous of you. They might be jealous of your hair. People are jealous of my hair, and I'm like, oh my God, get a fucking life. If that honestly was the only thing I had to worry about in my life was what Linda Lou's hair looks like and I like it, I would go cut my hair like it. Go cut your hair like mine. I don't give a shit. Color it. I don't care. Stop throwing hate at me because you're jealous of my fucking hair. It's stupid. And let alone, it's building so much karma up for you that you're going to have to deal with over hair. Now, you tell me how silly that sounds and how probably stupid that you should feel it and hopefully do. But if you don't, then that really shows a lot about you too. Everybody's beautiful on this earth. Everybody that walks by you, everybody that you come into contact with, we're all beautiful in our own ways. We're all supposed to be our unique selves. But most people don't because they're so worried about what society thinks and fitting in with other people that they live unhappy because they're not doing the things they want to do. They're not loving the people they want to do. They're not with the person that they really want to be with because their families don't like the person, or it's because it's the same sex, or it's because it's Jill's sister or brother or, whatever the circumstances are. Who cares? Our parents raise us. When we are old enough to move out, our lives become our lives. If your parents don't agree with who you want to be with, that's their fucking problem, not yours. If they are your family, if they love you and support you, they will support you through anything and every person that you ever want to be with. Sure, we all worry, is this relationship going to work out? There's no guarantees in life for anything. Nothing. You could be married 50 freaking years and get a divorce and never ever, even see it coming. Your husband or wife could be cheating on you with your own mother or father and you don't even see it. You're just blind to it because who would think that your husband or your wife would be doing that with your mother or father? Well, it happens all the time, let me tell you. And so on. Or with your best friend, you don't see it. You don't think it. You trust the person. Instead, what we do is these people do this to us. We fall apart. It breaks our hearts. We close ourselves off to the world. We put this big old shield around us because we don't want to be hurt again. But what we do is we waste time. We're blocking out all the love that we should be receiving, all the love that should be coming in because of one person or because of a group of people that are just, selfish and just pitiful and fucking ignorant, or whatever. We need to learn that this is our life to live. We do the things that make us happy. We love ourselves first, then we project it out in the world. We love ourselves above and beyond our own children. Even though we've given birth or you helped create them, we still love ourselves, above and beyond. And that's where we're slacking. We're slacking in love.